So, I finally got coilovers for my car. I went ahead and went with BC Racing. BC, just like Trey did. So, if you're wondering, the car is jacked up on this side. So I went ahead and started it on the passenger side. We didn't film it just because we wanted to be good and make sure we have everything to do this side so we can show you how to install them. And then we are going to be doing autocross next month, so we'll do a in-depth review on them, how they perform, and we're also going to do kind of a side-by-side comparison of my car and Trey's car on the autocross scenario. So we're going to go ahead and start with the rear. So the rear suspension is a solid rear axle, so we have to jack both sides up so we can actually drop it and pull the springs out, so we can do everything with that. So we're going to go ahead and start there by jacking this side up so it's even, and go ahead and start throwing on the rears. So we got the shock and the actual springs with all the fun cuffs and everything. So let's go ahead and get started. Alright, so all you need to pull out the actual shock is a number 15 for the top one, and then on the bottom you might have to get these because they're not everybody has them, but it's an E18, so it's like a little, yeah.
And that's for the Torx almost.
Yeah, almost like a Torx, but it's on the bottom down here. And it's just those two to get the shock out, and then you can drop it down and pull the springs. Okay, and when you're gonna pull this out, you make sure you jack up the actual axle. You can do it by this way, it's fine, or just like over here on this bolt and kind of strong spot. You can jack it up so it doesn't just drop and fall like it just did for me. I'm about to bring it out. But I'm pulling out the E18 right now, and then we can finish up. Okie dokie. Alright, so now once you pull the shock out, you can just, from both sides, you can just lower this and pull the spring out.
And like you said, both sides, both shocks have to be out.
Yeah, otherwise it won't drop. Okay, so when you pull out the spring, there's going to be a rubber little cuff at the bottom. So you can take that, and then the side of the spring that's not with this, so it's the more skinny side, it's not the fat side at the bottom, this will go onto that. So there's one side you like slide into the spring, and then one side the end slips into. So you kind of just slip it on over the spring and then slide that into there like that. And then there's actually a position it can sit in here. Once you twist it in, you'll kind of feel it, but you don't want to. Like that. Okay, so when you're putting this piece in, the adjustable piece, there's a rubber. The rubber goes onto the more flat kind of, I want to say bezel, but the flat side where it flares, that sits in there. And then before you go ahead and lift the whole rear suspension back in, try and match both sides, measure them in, just so you don't have to adjust so much when it's all connected onto the car. Right now I'm kind of maxed out on height, so I'm not going to be slammed yet, but we'll adjust a little bit more, but we don't want to be too low. So then this just sits in like this right on top of the spring, so this cuff will sit inside the spring. Like that. And you can go ahead and lift it into place. Alright, so now we're moving on to the shock. So when you put the shock in, it's going to sit just like this, where this longer end goes into here and sits like that. And then you just put your bolts back in and copy it on the other side. Alright, so when you're putting the shock in, go ahead and put the top one in first, because this bottom's our preload adjustment. So when you're doing that, we're going to jack this up until the spring starts to compress, and then we'll start to adjust it. It's like 3 to 5 millimeters. We're going to go ahead and just go to the 5mm mark and work from there. But since they're so custom, you can kind of make it do whatever you kind of want to do with it. But we're just going to go ahead and stick with that. So by doing that, you just crack this loose, spin it up a little bit, and then you will rotate this whole bottom piece until the holes line up on the bottom so you can slide your bolt in. Alright, and then once you get your preload set, just make sure you go ahead and tighten it down with one of your spanners so you don't get all loose. And then here is where your dampening adjustment is. So to the left, which is towards me, outside the car would be hard, like stiffer ride, and then inside the car would be softer ride. So you can just kind of figure that out as long as you go and start doing some tests with it at the track or wherever you do your thing and adjust from there. Okay, so both the rears are done, springs are in, shocks are in, everything's tight. So we're gonna go ahead and move to the front now, and that's the last piece, and then it's set it down and figure out what we need to adjust and go from there. Alright, so right here there's gonna be 2 bolts that hold the bottom of the actual strut to the car. It's gonna be a 17 on the nut side and then a 15 on the head. And then just crack both those off, and then there's another 15 here that you have to get off. And when you're doing this, make sure the rear ends on the ground and both sides of the front are up so you can actually pull this off. Otherwise you're not going to be able to. Just make sure that the front's up on both sides. And make sure before you drop both the bolts out that you disconnect these from their actual holders. So this one goes here and this one goes here. This one's held in by a little metal like clip almost. So just pop that off, slide these out, boom boom. So you don't break them. In correction, the sway bar end link is a 16mm, not a 15. That's my fault. Okay, so we went ahead and got everything out down here now. And last would be up here. You're gonna need a 19 wrench and a number 6 Allen key. So that Allen key goes in the center right here. Just stick that in there, and then the wrench would go on the nut and just spin that off, drop the old one out, throw the new one in.
Then why don't you just take this off just for ease of access? Push.
Alright, and then you are going to need some stuff from the factory strut. So you gotta pull out this nut, it's an 18, and then keep this whole hat. And then that'll sit into this. And then that'll sandwich underneath, and then you keep this, and that'll go ahead and place on top.
And this goes on top of the actual top hat.
Since I already have lowering springs on the car, I don't need spring compressors. But if you're running the stock springs, use spring compressors, otherwise you're going to launch this somewhere. So, yeah. Go! It's all
Like you thought. Oh, we need a new impact. Do this during the day. Shh.
And then go ahead and pull this out because you're not going to need that. And this is all you need. Okay, the dampening adjuster, it's just a nut on the bottom. You're going to have to pull that off to put the new stuff on. Just screws off. Okay, and then you're going to put this on, but make sure you have this plastic, or it's actually metal, little guy on there. Place that in. Then this one, this way. And then we're gonna retighten this guy on there. I'm ready!
It would help if you held it.
It would help. Indeed. Alright, now that you have that hat on, we can just install it like you uninstalled it. Slide this puppy up in here. Okay. And get all the bottom stuff set. Okay, so we got both the sides done, back's done. I'm just gonna go ahead and throw the wheels back on so we can lower it and see where it sits right now. We'll see if we need to do any adjustments. Sure we will. But yeah, we're just gonna button everything up, clean up a little bit, see where it sits, and then go from there. Oh my gosh! That was so quick. Okay, so location has changed. We were up really late the other night putting the coilovers in just because there was things we didn't have and we had to go get, and time was kind of meh. So we got them in though. They're set to factory specs right now, like what they came from BC. So today we're just gonna go ahead and adjust the height, just get it to where I wanna sit, and then all the dampening and preload I can adjust later on at the track if I want to, unless I really like it how it is. But we're just gonna stop me from monster trucking in the front because it's really high in the front right now, and then probably lower the rear, get it to where I like it, and then really test them out and see how they feel. So I'm just gonna jack the car up, get the front wheels off so we can start adjusting the height. Okay. Okay, so we're gonna drop it hopefully about an inch. So we're just gonna loosen this bottom one with one of our spanners. We're gonna loosen this guy. We're gonna move it up about an inch, and then we're gonna take our bigger spanner and drop, basically spin this whole thing down until this touches the bottom. So we're gonna start that. Okay, so if you want to lower the car, rotate it clockwise, and if you want to lift the car up a little bit, then you would just go counterclockwise. Okay, so we got both fronts adjusted to the height I want. For now, we just kind of wanted to show you how to do it. We might lower it more, but we're gonna go ahead and move to the rears and then go for a drive, let it settle for a sec, and then see from there. So to make our life easier on lowering the rears, we're going ahead and pulling out the bottom bolt for the actual shock so the rear end can drop. So we can actually just spin this up with our hands because it's really tight and hard to get to from here. So the bottom bolt, if you don't have the like reverse Torx socket or wrench,
they're E-sockets, I think.
Yeah, they're E-sockets. It's an E18, I believe. A number 15 actually works for it. So you can just go ahead and use that, and then take out both bolts on both sides, and then the rear end will drop, and it'll make your life easier.
Make sure you put a jack.
Yeah, put a jack under. You can put it under the hats or under the sway. Either one works. Alright, so we're just gonna go ahead and max my rears out just because there's not a whole lot of adjustment. We can go higher if we want, but after this we will have to readjust the preload. So we're gonna have to loosen this guy back up and spin it until the holes match up. And then we'll be set. Okay, so we got the car all back together, rear's lowered, front's lowered. We're we're just gonna go ahead and take it for a drive so we can settle in, see where it sits when we come back, and then I already know we're not gonna adjust the rear anymore. I really like how the rear sits, and if it goes any lower, that's fine for me. Just the front is the one that we're probably gonna have to tweak a little bit, but we'll see after the drive and see how she feels. Oh my gosh. Oh my. Okay, so we went out for a little test drive. You probably were in there with us. Just now, just driving in on a few little street corners, I can completely tell the difference. It wants to actually go where I point it. Situation for understeer yet, just because we're not really on the track, but we are going to autocross in December, so we'll really be able to tell the difference with them. But just right now, I mean, I'm already in love with them. It's a huge difference. They did settle a little bit, so the car is sitting a little bit lower. Love the fitment, love the feel of them. It just feels more direct. I can actually feel the road. It makes me feel more in tune with the car in a way. But the true test will be out at the track, which we're gonna do. So we'll figure out if I want to do anything with dampening or preload. So yeah, not too bad to install. If you made it to the end of the video, I hope you subscribe. I hope you like us. Hit the notification bell right next to the subscribe button if you want to see every time we post. Comment any questions you want, and follow us on Instagram.